Coming up on this edition of The Buzz, Britta Phillips, the singing voice of Jem, stops by the podcast to celebrate 40 years of Jem and the Holograms. I'm Novell J. Lee, and The Buzz at BuzzWorthy Radio starts now.
The Buzz. The Buzz. The Buzz. The Buzz.
The Buzz is on.
The Buzz is on.
The show that gets you up close and personal with some of the hottest stars. Now, here's your host, Novell J. Lee.
What's going on, everybody? It's Novell J. Lee, and welcome into a new Buzzcast here at BuzzWorthy Radio. I had the chance to sit and speak with none other than the singing voice of Jem, Britta Phillips, as we celebrated 40 years of the Hasbro cartoon. It's amazing how fans still come out and show love for this show after 40 years. It was only on for 3 seasons, but people watched it in syndication. There has been 20 years of GemCon now, and we got to talk about exactly how much this still resonates with the fans after all this time. It was such a fun interview, and just to connect with her and talk about some of the favorite songs on the series and the Misfits and some of their hits as well, but just the overall premise of the show. So this was great. I had so much fun talking with her, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it too. Here it is, our interview with Britta Phillips. Check it out. You know, this is the year of the 40, I call it, because
Oh yeah.
everything's turning. Everything that I like is turning 40. I turned 40 last month, and so
Happy birthday.
thank you. And then the Golden Girls and 227 celebrated their 40th anniversary yesterday. And Thundercats turned 40. She-Ra turned 40.
Wow.
And
Okay.
yeah. And now Jem and the Holograms turns 40 as well. And Britta Phillips is joining me, who is the singing voice of the title character of this cartoon. And I love the show. I watched the show. Obviously, I watched it more when it started airing on USA, when USA picked it up, and just fell in love with it. I when the tapes started coming out, I bought them just to watch them. And the songs was really what hooked me. I loved the songs of the show, and I really shouldn't admit it, but the Misfits did have some bangers. I'm not gonna lie.
I think everyone's favorite is the Misfits, pretty much.
Well, I will say that
They're more fun.
one in particular I will always listen to because I think it's an amazing song of theirs that was done was Universal Appeal. That was my favorite song of the Misfits. And Jen had some great ones too. And my favorite, I'm just gonna start it right here before we get into how you got into the song craze as it was, because I know your dad was doing commercial jingles, and that's how you got involved in this. I'm gonna get into that in a second, but I gotta say,
Yeah.
there were a couple of songs that I really, really were a fan of. One was "Who Is He Kissing?" I love that song. And "Like a Dream," which you also did for the reimagining for the 40th anniversary CD. So those two were my favorite Gem songs as well. But starting this, I just mentioned it. You had your father was doing commercial jingles, and you just basically auditioned. And am I understanding this correctly? You didn't know you were auditioning for Gem when you did it?
No, I'm pretty sure I knew. Yeah, no, I knew, but I think it was see, I have Anne, Brian, and I have different memory. I thought that my audition was what they used for the final theme song.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, yeah,
And
that's
so,
kind of where it was going. Yes.
but then she was like, no, because your audition was M. What before it was Gem.
Before it was
So
Gem.
it's like, oh, it couldn't have been so long ago. But yeah, because I do have a kind of a cold on the theme song, and I can hear it. So I just thought like they would have me redo it, but I like the sound of the cold in the voice anyway. It's got more body.
It did have more body. I liked how it came off, and I didn't realize this, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I understand that when they changed the song to Gem Girls, that was not you.
No, it was me for the theme song, but it was Joe. Oh my gosh. I know her, and
It
I'm
just like went right out the head.
yeah, it went right out of my head, and I was gonna say Jolene, but that now that's not doesn't seem right. Jolie.
Okay.
No, no, I shoot. I just saw her at Gen Con, well, virtually.
Oh,
And
she was at Gen Con. Okay. Okay.
well, virtually, yes. Um, man. All right. I hope whatever.
You're
We'll
like, I
get
hope you're
anyway.
not watching because I just forgot.
I don't know. I think France Jolie popped into my head because of this other song that people are looking for and confusing with me. So
Mm,
anyway, she sang the commercials.
okay.
I sang the theme song. I mean, when I hear it, I don't remember recording them. It
Right.
wasn't my favorite Gem song to sing, but because it
I'm
sounds like
gonna
a
agree with that.
commercial.
That was not mine either. And
Yeah,
that was the only thing when it went on USA, that was the version they used. They never used the original.
yeah,
You would only hear it on the closing credits. So when
yeah,
USA would play it, it was always the other one, and I hated it.
yeah. I know.
So when the tapes came out, then they used the actual original theme song. That's why I kept buying the tapes and just watching it on the tapes because I just didn't want to hear the other one.
No, I mean, Anne Bryant was asked about that too, and she was like, "Oh, I hated that. It's just a commercial. It's like a bad commercial jingle. It's a toy commercial song,
It
not
was
a."
a toy commercial, and I saw the thank God for YouTube because all these commercials I never even seen for it. I just started watching it and came across one for it and I said, "Yeah, it works better for this. It didn't work better for the theme song. I really did not like it." So
Yeah.
I am so glad we're on one on that one.
Yeah, and also it's exclusive. It's just like girls, like that's sort of excluding half the audience.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's not, yeah.
I think I love the show too because it was such a serialized cartoon. It was such a soap opera. And
Oh.
I watch soap operas to this day. I grew up with it. My family grew up with it. That's how I got into it. And As the World Turns was my jam. So
Oh yeah, me too.
see, yeah, I love it. I love this conversation already. But yeah, As the World Turns was my jam. That was my first soap I ever got into. And then when I watched them, it sort of felt the same way. Everybody likes to say X-Men was the first cartoon series that was a soap opera. I said no, Gem was because you had a triangle going on, even though it was Jerica and Jem, and they're the same person in Rio. And then it becomes a quadruple when Riot got into the mix. And I'm just going, but one of them is still the same.
It's
So
a
how does
it's
this work?
it's a fashion sci-fi soap.
Yes. Yes. It was entertaining. It was very entertaining, and I always wondered how the show would have played it if Rio found out that Jem and Jericho were one and the same.
Well, this came up at Gen Con, and originally I think they had just done like 5 episodes or a limited amount of, it was like less than a season. It was a short run.
It was. Yeah, I
And at
remember
the
that.
end of that, Rio was going to discover. But then when the show got picked up and went on, they said, "Oh, it's a kind of a good, a plot point, you know."
Yeah,
So stuff can revolve around that and make things happen. So they just drew it out.
yeah. That makes sense because I didn't know that at the time until ironically just recently because again, thanks for YouTube, there was this it was called Super Sunday at the time and that's when it premiered and then it was the now it was the movie, but it was the first 5, 6 episodes. And that's when I figured out like, oh, so this is how it went originally. So that now that makes more sense in
Yeah.
hearing that. So that's pretty cool. Um, those we talked about the Misfits. I know I love their songs, but those characters, as fun as they are, fun in a bad way, because it just
Homicidal, yeah.
fun in the bad way because it just seems like every single time they're involved, action happens. And it's just like I don't want to say they're trying to kill Gem and the Holograms, but I'm like there have been instances that they actually did try,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
unintentionally did try.
Oh yeah. But they
Uninten-
wanted, they wanted it to be because it was in between G.I. Joe and Transformers
That's right.
initially.
That's
They
right.
wanted to keep the action going so that the boys would stay tuned.
That makes even more sense. That because that's what we did. They had it in the block because I did watch GI Joe, and then Jen did come on right after that, and then it flew into even though different companies, but then it flew into He-Man and She-Ra after that. So yeah, it makes total sense that they wanted to keep that demographic there, and it worked out because there were episodes. I mean, Kimber, I feel like was the one that always seemed to be the one that's getting into trouble at the time. I really felt it was more her than Jem at the time. It was always Kimber because she was always getting kidnapped. She was always getting into things that she shouldn't have been getting into. That was just
So Jem could rescue her. Yeah.
that's what happened. So Jem had to rescue her. Kimber was jealous of Jem sometimes, but that's just the nature of the show. That was the nature of the show. Um, when when did you realize that Jem became a phenomenon pretty much because you just said you were at Gen Con and I just saw that it was 20 years since they first started it. How did
Yeah.
when did you realize that it was actually like Gen itself was bigger than you possibly could have imagined?
It started when I started going online. So I think no, probably a little, not right away, but maybe around, gosh, it's when the Gem fans got old enough to be online and
Okay.
communicate with me, or I Googled it and I found whatever they were back then.
Like
Web and
message boards, everything.
message boards, yeah.
Ah,
All of that. I mean, I still, it's like I'm still always finding out how I'm still always really surprised and pleased at how many people know about it and has a special place for people. And I think when I re-recorded the new songs, the fact that they, sold out really quickly was like, oh, okay,
yeah.
that's cool.
That's shit. That was well when it was announced that they were bringing you back to re-record those six songs. uh One of my friends online had posted it on Blue Sky, and immediately I was just like, holy shit. And obviously the first thing that they promoted was the theme song, and I just loved how the rhythm felt. Like it had it had that beat of the original, but
Oh, it's the same tempo. Yeah, everything's the
it's just
same
that's why it
tempo.
worked. It was the same tempo, but they kind of made it more modernized, and it
Yeah.
it was so good. It was just
Yeah.
like it was just subtle. It was more subtle, but it was so good. I felt like I love that version more than the original, but then I was like, no, I really don't, but I really do, kind of thing. Kind of
You
thing.
know, but they're very different, even though it's keeping I'm there, the
You're there.
tempo's there, the key is the same. A
Keys
couple of the songs were dropped down a half a step, just because we thought it sounded a little better with my
Like a Dream definitely was I liked the original, but when I heard this version, that was the one I had on repeat more because I was
Oh,
like, this
cool.
this version of Like a Dream was my favorite because it's like after the first part where after you hit the word explore and then it goes back into like a dream, like that part there, and it's just like it sounds like a little bit of an echo right behind it. And I immediately was like, oh, that wasn't in the original. And then it's in this. I was like, this part kicks ass. I like that. That was awesome.
And it's like it's tougher and a little darker than the original.
It's
So
more rock, and I like
yeah.
that. I like that with this, and that's why I was like, "Ooh, this one is really good." I was like already in my head. I was like, "Only six? There's a couple more I would like to have them drop," but like a dream. All right, you sold me on that one, so I was okay.
There's gonna be more. There's gonna be more records reimagined. And there's a deluxe album coming out with the six that I recorded plus two more, and the
Okay.
and the instrumental versions as well.
Oh, awesome. I'll have to look out for that.
That's October 3rd.
Oh,
Yeah.
so literally in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh,
Already.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had a little heart attack when I said it. So we're almost at Christmas, guys. So let's
Yes.
slow down. Let's slow down a little bit. When the show ended in 1988, it was funny. My sister told me that the show was over and it switched to Maxie's World. Devastated my life as a little kid. Devastated my life a little bit. What did what was it that you were doing after Gem was over? Because I know you were in this movie Satisfaction. Is that
Yes, I was filming the movie Satisfaction in 1987. So I was still recording Gem songs remotely from
okay?
shooting it in South Carolina and some of it in LA. So I was still recording for the last bit. And yeah, then I did a little more acting. I did a couple more acting jobs after that. Um, But then I met my now ex-husband, and I joined his band, and we moved to London
Mm,
to pursue music.
yeah.
Yeah,
And now you're still doing music.
I am.
You're still doing music, which is awesome. Like you switch from guitar to bass, or do I have it backwards?
Nope, guitar to bass. Yeah.
Guitar to bass. Man, there are times I do miss my trumpet because I was a trumpet guy. I do miss it.
Ooh.
I do miss it. And then there are times I don't, but there are times I really do. Because I love music, I really do. And it's just like there were times I literally sat in my room and I wished that I kept it just to pick it back up and just relearn it again and relearn how to read music because I loved learning how to read music and I
Yeah.
loved playing. And now I really wish it, but at 40, you're still young enough to pick up a trumpet still.
Oh, you are. You are. I mean, my stepmom picked up the trumpet again, so
Yeah. Never never say never. We say that with you too because you even from what I heard, you even took voice lessons again when you were brought back to do the Gem songs again.
yes, I did. I just felt I just wanted to, I was a little nervous.
Sure.
I had sung,
It's been so long.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I've been to three Gem Cons and then this last one this last year, just 2 weeks ago or a week ago. I don't even know. I'm still
All running
recovering.
together at this point.
Um, but so I had sung like 2010 was the first Gem Con, and then 2015, and then 2024. But the last time on 2024, like there were certain songs where I was just like, I don't know.
Hmm.
It's just like too high and they're
Yeah.
so fast too.
Yeah.
So, and when I asked my contact at Hasbro, the one who contacted me about re-recording Marie, I was like, can we slow the songs down a little?
Oh, okay. So you had some uh
I I mean, I suggested that because I think I was like, I could sing it better if it was a little slower. And she was like, no, they don't want to do that because they want it to go with the video, which makes total
it
sense.
makes sense, yeah.
Although next time, I don't know, if we keep going, there's a couple times I might again suggest like you could just slow down the video just a hair.
Like it couldn't they like slow like could you like I don't know like they could slow it down and then speed it up in post production but what do I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah, but I don't know if that's true. Yeah. I'll think about that. Because I know at Gem Con this year, I performed some Gem songs live,
Hmm.
and just maybe two songs, I slowed down a little bit.
Okay.
Just like, I need to catch my breath on Glitter and Gold.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Yeah, yeah. It's because recording it, I can punch in. I don't have to
Right.
sing it. Yeah, so I was just like, for live, I'm just gonna three BPM or whatever. Nobody noticed, but it was a little easier.
I think that fans were just happy that you were able to do it, for them. So I don't think they really cared. I think they were just excited to see you perform because, like you said, I
Yeah,
know that you had done it before. There was a video at one time at one of the Gen Cons that had you up there singing the original theme song too. So that was the first time I saw
yeah.
a Gen
So,
Con appearance. I didn't even know it existed until generous 8 years ago.
oh
So,
yeah, yeah. It's
but
pretty. It's not. It's a small family of core people that come every year.
hmm,
It's not super well promoted, although this past year there was more than double what there usually is. So yeah,
probably because they're
I could
celebrating a
pick them up.
milestone too. So I think
Yeah,
that helped. And just having those fans there and seeing those fans there still. And you were at Comic Con a few months in July with
yes.
Samantha, who was the actual voice of James Samantha Newark. Um, which I'm still to this day mad that I missed you both because I was there too.
Oh, well, I left early because I had to go sing some stuff at the Bob Dylan Center. I had
Okay.
a gig in Tulsa.
Okay.
So it was
Yeah.
like the complete opposite spectrum of music. But
We're going from this way to this way.
yeah,
But but yeah, I didn't notice until the last day, and then I'm literally looking and I was like, they were both here and I didn't go to their booth. I was like, I was so ashamed.
but it was
I'm
insane.
sorry, fans. I'm a terrible, terrible fan.
But it was insane. It's like there were 130,000 people.
Every
It
year.
was, it was like hard to move to
Every
get
year.
from one place to the other. Um,
I I don't know how I survive it. This was my third year doing it. And
oh,
and I literally to this day don't understand how is it that I say yes every time to come and have to walk with all of these people to the point, as you just said, you gotta like shoulder to shoulder, bumper to bumper with everybody, and then listening to the
yeah.
security going like, "Keep moving, don't stand in the aisle, keep walking," and I'm just going like, "I am walking, but you can't move." So it's intense, but I will admit it is a lot of fun.
It is fun that we had a fun panel together, and then I got to sing with the GI Joe band.
Now
The
I am sorry I missed that. I mean, like I said, I was so devastated when I found out on the last day that you guys were there, and I missed you both, and I was just like, I guys,
I'm going next year.
you are or am I?
I'm going next year.
Okay, well then I guess I will see you next year. Then I will make it a point now to see you since I will be there next year.
And Gem Con is in San Diego next year.
Oh, nice. Listen, you could never get me to not come back to San Diego. I love San Diego. It's very
Yeah.
beautiful. The hotels I stay at is right by the water in the marina. It's a beautiful, beautiful city. And the food is spectacular. Not gonna front. And there's this taco place which I told you the last time on this show, guys, for you listening, I was gonna have the name of it for you, but I still don't. Well, I will get you the name of the taco place that I go to every
Oh,
time I'm in
good.
the city.
I've had some really excellent tacos there. I mean, Southern California, you're gonna get
It
some
was
good
it
ones.
was it was amazing. It was amazing. I will get the name. I think it was Baja House or Baja something, and it was phenomenal. And I said, I don't think I've ever had a good taco ever since then. Ever since I was there,
Where are you based? Where are you living? Where
in
you live?
Jersey.
Oh, Jersey.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania.
Go Birds or no? That's the $1 million
Um,
question.
oh, you mean Eagles?
Yes.
I have to do it for my mom. Yeah. I have to say yeah.
Good.
I don't really. My husband's a sports guy. He's a Jets fan.
Oh no. Okay. Okay. He's not allowed on this show. The
But
prerequisite is your Eagles or nothing. I might let it slide. It's fine. It's fine.
it's
It's fine. You know. But yeah, it's an Eagles house here, so that's good. So that's good. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing you next year then. So thanks for telling me that you will be there, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the songs that will be appearing.
yeah, and there'll be more. We're going to record some more for next year. I don't know what yet, but I'm trying to cull some of my favorites and other people's favorites. Like I don't know, a
Ooh,
lot.
we gotta make it happen. We gotta make it happen.
Wait,
I
what were
do.
your two? What were your the two were Like a Dream and what was the other one? Oh
Who is
yeah, Who Was
kissing?
He Kissing?
Who is he
That's
kissing?
that's that's definitely a fan favorite.
It's the video for that song. I could see why also it's a fan favorite, but I know this one definitely was a this was a hit. I just when I saw the video first and then I listened to the song after that because that's kind of how I do things. I watch the visual first and then I just then focus on the music. So when I watched the visual of it and just how it was played out, it's like guys, it's telling you the story of this whole triangle right here in the song. So you really don't need anything else. It tells you the story right here, but just the way that it was done, I thought it was phenomenal. I liked how they drew it. I liked how it was done. I liked the story behind the video. And that's the one thing I liked about the show too, was just you were able to take yourself out of what was happening in the show and they just made a separate video for the song kind of thing, how it looks.
Yeah,
Uh,
they were doing MTV for kids.
it was that's how they described it. It was like an MTV thing because it had the song title and the artist underneath it. And I always thought that was that little thing that was so cool about it. I like that little aspect of it. So that was that it was such a good show. It was such a good show. It had really good music too. I was very happy that I grew up in a time where I could enjoy it and still do to this day. So I thank you for doing that for us.
Oh,
And
I was very lucky to to be a part of it.
you I do have to ask this too before I forget. You appeared in the movie as a stage manager, if I read the credits right.
Yeah, stage manager. I was sort of, I mean, I was a stage manager. They just were trying to figure out what I was. I was basically passing the baton, the torch, the baton. Like, I don't remember what my line was, but it was something like, "You go, girl, you got this," or whatever.
Something to that effect. And I'll be honest, I didn't watch the movie except
Yeah.
clips of it. And then when I did, I was like, I'm so glad I didn't watch the movie. I was it just for me as a fan of the original, I kind of felt that it was gonna somewhat tie into the original somehow and at least honor its legacy a little bit. And then when I saw it, I was just like, you just basically just named it Gem and the Holograms, but it really was not.
Yeah, it was tough because I mean John M. Chu, I met him. He's a
I
fan
love
of
John.
Gem. He's a fan of Gem, but he didn't get the budget.
Yeah.
It's like they fast tracked it. He got, didn't get the budget he needed or the time to like get the best thing together. But really it needed a big budget and they got a
Yeah.
very low budget. So yeah, they had to do what they could with that.
Would you, since we're on that track, would you ever like to see this show hit like a revival stage or a reboot stage, something, if it were brought back for audiences for now?
I mean, yeah, I don't know how that would be. I think there was some discussion. There definitely was, there's always some discussion of this at Gen Con. Um, and as to and maybe there's some discussion at it with at Hasbro as well. I know Christy Marks had meetings with people at I think it was Netflix, and then it fell through like a live action thing, and it didn't.
Oh, okay.
And that was disappointing
Sure.
to because she was working on that with somebody, and seemed like there was interest, and then it just it didn't go far enough up the chain.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I mean, it would be cool, but I mean, it'd be cool if Christy Marks was involved in, or somebody, you know what I mean? Like some because I'm discovering this more and more. The people that worked on it were really like, they really put a lot of thought and work and quality into it.
Absolutely, they did.
I mean, I know I did that musically. I know Anne Bryant and Ford Kinder did that musically. All the play. It was just, and Barry Harmon's lyrics, like he's a serious lyricist. Yeah, everything was, they cared about it, and they put a lot into it. They wanted it to be good. So I would
Absolutely.
just want it to be good. If there's a reboot, yeah, just make it good. Make
Yeah,
it
100% agreed. I would feel the same way. If anybody would be involved in it, they have to, as you just said, make it good, make it successful. Obviously some longtime fans will want to come back to make sure that the legacy is still there for it.
yeah.
But overall, make it good. I 100% agree with that.
I feel like maybe if that Gem movie had been, if they did it now, I wonder if it might have gotten a bigger budget, just because it was like, it's this, other action films get big budgets.
Hmm.
Or male centric, female IPs, I don't know. They don't get that money thrown back then, at least. I'm wondering if now it would.
That's an interesting thought. Interesting question. I mean, I think if I would feel like if it were now, as you said, Prime or Netflix picking it up and wanting to have that control, yes, I think it would. Especially since a lot more movies are now premiering on the
Oh
streamers,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I think they would invest in that. So it's a possibility it could have been, and because they would have had that backing.
Yeah.
So it's a definite possibility. But you know what I always say: you never say never. So
No.
never say never. I want to wrap up on this one because this was a fun question for me because I was watching an interview that you did about a month or so ago, watched it all, enjoyed it, and it was you watching fans sing the theme song. And
Uh-huh.
I'm just sitting here cracking up, and I was going like, I actually never done it myself. I've never watched anybody else sing the theme song. So I was actually watching it with you for the first time when you did it. And there was the one in particular where you literally flat out said, they're not hitting the high note. And they're not hitting the high note. And I'm going like, they're not hitting the high note.
Yeah, yeah,
They're not really hitting. And then they finally hit it right at the end. And I was going like, okay, they did it. They
yeah.
got there. But I was also kind of doing similar things watching it. I was just going like, okay, so they're doing it this way. This is not it's not how I envisioned it. But then it's also going like, okay, so you're not getting it to that level where it needs to be at Gem is my name.
Yeah, that's really high. It's a high belt. I think it's hard for most people to hit that in a full voice.
Oh, and you did it with a cold.
I like singing with a cold.
You did it with a cold. It's like the Friends episode when Phoebe got sick and she had a sexy voice and when she had that sickness going on. And I'm going like, you know what? Now I get it. Now I understand why people like singing with colds because they actually sound sexy. There
And
is,
also there's like a resonance in your head, like you can feel the notes moving around more. It's just fun. I don't know.
I love it. I love it. This was fun. I had so much fun talking with you. This was amazing. Thank you for letting me relive my childhood for this past half hour.
Yeah, I'm glad I could oblige.
Ah, and we can find you all on the socials. You are on Instagram. You are on TikTok.
I
You are
just started a TikTok, just
same. I
it's
was
kind of
against it.
really, I was like, I'm just gonna put tons of gem stuff on here. Because my Instagram is a mix of people
Yeah,
and
it is.
don't want to just post gem stuff there, but I'm just posting gem stuff on TikTok.
Yeah, I was so against it for a long time, and then my friends were like, "You have," because what you do, you have to get on the TikTok. I was like, okay,
Yeah, I mean, I'm still
you know.
figuring it out. I think I signed up for live TikTok and then I didn't know it and then I don't know. I'm still figuring it out.
We're both gonna figure it out together. That's how we're gonna do that. So we're gonna do that. But please follow her on the socials. She's also on she has a Facebook page too. And I again appreciate you for everything that you've done, not just with Jen, but even everything after that. So
Oh,
thank
cool.
you
Thank
very
you.
much. And I'd love to have you back.
Okay, anytime. Lovely talking to you.
You too. Take care.
Bye.
I'm so excited to share with you all that we have been named a finalist in the 4th annual Signal Awards for Best Video Podcast Guest Individual Episode, which now in turn auto enrolled us into a Listener's Choice Award. So you guys, you fans, are able to cast your vote for my podcast in the Listener's Choice Award. You can hit up vote.signalaward.com. You can vote once per category, and you have all the way up until October 9th. This means so much to me being named the finalist in the Signal Awards after all this time for almost 20 years. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of you supporting me after all of this time. And now you guys get to show the love. So please visit vote.signalaward.com. Cast your vote for the Buzz at BuzzWorthy Radio all the way up until October 9th. That's our show. I'm Novell J. Lee, and if you want to keep up to date on all things Buzz, log on to our website at buzzworthyradiocast.com. See you guys next time.
Stay in the know. Catch up on all the Buzz podcasts and videos at buzzworthyradiocast.com. Keep getting the latest buzz with Buzz.